A hankering for a hamburger has landed a Grand Rapids man in a supersized spot of trouble after police say he stole a car and made a big mistake before getting away. Here's what went down. A woman in Greenville left her car running in the parking lot as she stepped into the Arby's on Washington Street last Friday. That's when police say 24-year-old Ryan Griffey jumped in and made a run for it. But he didn't make a run for the border. No, he apparently stopped at McDonald's. A short while after the incident, dispatch got a call saying that the stolen car was currently in the drive-through lane there. Cops showed up. Griffey took off and ended up in a ditch. He's been caught and now is facing several felony charges, including stealing a vehicle and fleeing and eluding. The most up-to-date info runs through last Tuesday, that's September 18th. EHD has been found in 24 counties and has killed just over 4,200 deer that we know of. One look at the map and the numbers shows that West Michigan and Ionia County in particular are still the hardest hit areas. Some counties like Van Buren, Ingham, and Saginaw saw their first case of EHD last week, but Ionia, which has far and away the most cases at 1,664, dropped from 353 reported cases 2 weeks ago to just 104 last week. Branch County is second with 385 total, and Kent County is third. It jumped from 41 total to over 300 last week alone. Speaking of Kent County, about 100 concerned hunters gathered in Greenville for an informal meeting on EHD last night. Each person who attended was encouraged to keep track of the number of dead deer that they find and then share that info with the DNR. One guy pointed out that most of what they know at this point was something that one person heard and then told to somebody else. So this gave everybody a chance to learn more about the problem and then share stories of what they've seen and thoughts on what can be done going forward.
But it would take them 4 and 5 days to die. I'd find them out there spinning around in circles, laying on their side, and it wasn't pretty.
My question is to the DNR is, what do we have left and what can we expect?
Yep.
And, you know, slaughtering off more deer in the next 2 months
Absolutely.
is not going to bring them back, especially the does. You can kill the bucks, but you kill a doe, that doesn't help next year or 5 years from now.
Yep.
The DNR was invited. They didn't show up last night, but they pointed out we're not here to bash the DNR. And the numbers are expected to grow as hunters go out in the fields and as farmers start working the fields this fall. Now, to keep this in perspective, about 4,200 deer. Every year, the harvest during firearm deer season is about 400,000. Wow. So is this the tip of the iceberg? Possibly, but when you look at the big picture of number of deer, it's not that many, but it's good that people are taking it seriously.
And you can tell these guys are concerned about their local population.
Exactly.
They don't want it to go away.
Whether you're a hunter or an animal lover, this video is hard to watch, so it's good that people are out there trying to do something about it.
Thanks a lot, Tim.
Our number one stories we mentioned earlier, the NFL referees back on the job after a deal was reached to end the league lockout that had been going on since June. It's an 8-year deal. The real refs will be back on the field for tonight's game between the Browns and Ravens. Question is, how long will the goodwill towards the Zebras last?
Right.
Probably until they make their first holding or pass interference call. Larry Menti will be weighing in on the lockout later in the show, Rick, because I know you haven't had enough of that.
Yeah, you haven't either.
Did you hear they had an ice cream station at her high school lunchroom?
This must have been the Taj Mahal of cafeterias.
It wasn't. It was just normal lunches, but it was really good.
Well, it sounds like when you have selection like that and your lunch is catered in. And, you know.
Catered in. Maybe I'm just not as picky as you guys are.
We had hot dog with cheese, square pizza, or shut your mouth. I think those were the 4 choices.
Yeah, that's right.
Tots?
You don't like it, go hungry.
Filet mignon here, you know, it's just incredible.
Mashed potatoes were so
Rolls.
good.
Rolls.
Oh,
bigger than a baby's head, those rolls.
Yep.
Really good.
Absolutely.
Freshly baked on the premises.
Somebody else.
So.
We start with breaking news out of Grand Rapids. Police have surrounded a home on the northwest side after someone was found dead. We are told the investigation is centered in the 900 block of Myrtle Northwest. That's near the corner of Alpine and Leonard. Investigators we just talked to won't say if the body was found inside or outside of the house. Our crew is on the scene and we will bring you a live report in just a few minutes. Our other big story, a state representative from along the lakeshore convicted of driving drunk through the streets of East Lansing. The verdict coming down just 1 day after a jury was seated in the trial. That jury reached their decision against State Rep Bob Janetsky just a couple hours ago.
The lawmaker from Saugatuck found guilty of operating while intoxicated, which is a misdemeanor. Comes after an incident back in January, one that was caught on tape. Fox 17's Mitch Fick is in the courtroom. He has more now from East Lansing.
Some people steal knowing that they're under video surveillance. Some just don't seem to care. We're not sure where this guy fits in, though. Troy, Michigan, gas station. Guy pulls up for a fill-up, but he's not getting just gas. No, he's taking everything he can get his hands on. Washer fluid, ice, even bundles of wood. Every time a car comes by, he would hide, but once they passed, he kept packing stuff up. Station clerk says he thinks the guy's either having a party or works at another gas station and wants to stock his shelves with the stuff and then keep all the profits.
It's not even worth it. Why are you stealing bundles of wood? I understand that he's trying to make a living, but not out of my wood. Just go get a real job.
Not out of my wood. The gas station grabber has struck twice in the last month. The station owner is posting this video online in the hopes of making an arrest. It's pretty clear video there, too.
It is.
If you notice anybody with a lot of wood.
Somebody knows them. Florida police finding themselves part of an unlikely chase this week, and it went on for 5 hours.
Yeah, so who were they after? Well, a drunk guy on a horse,
obviously.
Of course. Happened on Monday. Watch the spot shadow there. That's 29-year-old Charles Cowart riding the Wile E. Coyote. Not sure if he has to stop at the stop sign, but I bet the answer to that is yes. Charles had been drinking. Okay, he was drinking a lot and was going in and out of consciousness as he rode all around town. He stopped traffic, he even stopped a train. Obviously, when word got out, the crowd started to gather around and check out this modern-day Sonny Steele.
There was a large crowd of people that were beginning to follow him around, and you know, he'd almost run over several persons with the horse, as well as in and out and in front of cars. So he started to develop quite a crowd and quite a stir in town.
I don't know if you could tell by the video, it looked like he was shirtless.
It did. I thought that's...
Cowart's dad finally caught up to him near the railroad tracks, pulled him off the horse. Everyone is A-OK. Family says Cowboy Charles has been depressed. No word on if he is facing any charges. Sonny Steele, by the way, Robert Redford's character in The Electric Horseman.
Got it.
Who had a habit of getting a little tipsy and then riding.
Well, I'm glad he didn't fall off. Nobody was hurt.
Shirtless.
Still ahead of Fox 7 News at 5.
The search has been suspended for 3 hikers who were missing in Nepal on one of the world's tallest mountains. An avalanche buried hikers on Sunday and sent them down the slope of Manaslu, the world's 8th tallest peak. Rescuers think the avalanche was caused by an ice chunk the size of 6 or 7 football fields breaking loose above camp. The mountain has a reputation for being tough, and the area where the avalanche happened is full of large crevasses. Rescuers think the 3 climbers might be dead, and that would bring the death total to 11. Breezy out there today, but check out this windy scene from over the weekend. That is Lake Michigan near South Haven, and that's a water spout spinning away. If you see one, try and get it on camera, send it to us, but don't go close and try and investigate. Keep your distance. That's a good distance, right?
That's far enough away,
and there are 2 types of water spouts, right? There's one that is more like a tornado and another one that's just out for fun. I don't know.
And that's pretty much what these were this weekend. They're just out for fun.
Really?
You know, we had some.
That looks like
going for a spin.
I think it looks like a tornado as well. Essentially, it is a tornado over water.